Teacher talking sports with those who do how we live. And congrats last night to Travis Hunter, named the 2024 Heisman Trophy winner out of Colorado. Of course, played two ways, both at cornerback and wide receiver, was stellar at both of them. Now the question remains, will he be the first overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft? Of course, that is pretty contingent on whether that first overall pick needs a quarterback. Right now, the Raiders and Giants are the two most likely teams to get that first pick, and both have a clear need at quarterback. But we see Travis Hunter usually top the list on scouting reports for guys in the 2025 NFL Draft. But in this video, we're going to take a look at the 10 most recent Heisman Trophy winners that went first overall the following year. So this isn't necessarily Heisman Trophy winners that went first overall, because a guy like Caleb Williams won in 2022, wasn't drafted till 2024, played one more year in college, so he is not included. The guy had to have been selected first overall the following year. So let's get into it, starting with the most recent. We got Joe Burrow out of LSU, the Heisman Trophy winner in 2019, selected by the Bengals first overall in 2020. He's off to an excellent start in his career. Has a 100.5 rating, 107.9 this year. I mean, the Bengals have struggled at 5-8. Don't blame Burrow, who's leading the league in passing yards and passing touchdowns. Next, we have Kyler Murray, 2018 Heisman Trophy winner with the Oklahoma Sooners, selected first overall by the Cardinals in 2019. Now in his sixth season, he made back-to-back Pro Bowls in 2020 and 2021. Has his moments where he looks like he definitely deserved to be the first overall pick. Other times, hasn't quite looked that way. A 34-43-1 record, slightly over a 2-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio thus far in his career. Next, we got another Oklahoma quarterback, Baker Mayfield. Won the Heisman with the Sooners in 2017, first overall pick by the Browns in 2018. Now, Mayfield has certainly had his highs and lows in the NFL. The Browns gave up on him after 4 years, took um, Deshaun Watson. We know how that worked out. But he's definitely revitalized his career in Tampa Bay, completing 70.2% of his passes this year for 28 touchdowns, threw for over 4,000 yards last year, and well on pace to do so again this year. Cam Newton won the Heisman with the Auburn Tigers in 2010, taken with the first overall pick in 2011 by the Panthers. One of the best dual threat quarterbacks of all time. Newton was named the MVP and Offensive Player of the Year in 2015. That year, he helped guide the Panthers to the Super Bowl, where they lost, but nonetheless, 75-68-1 record as a starter in his career. Carson Palmer won the Heisman Trophy in 2002 with the USC Trojans, first overall pick by the Bengals in 2003. Palmer was named to 3 Pro Bowls during his 14 seasons. In 2015, was named as the runner-up for MVP. All in all, he threw for 46,247 yards and 294 touchdowns in his career. Now we have to go well further back, all the way to 1986 Heisman Trophy, where Vinny Testaverde won it with the Miami Hurricanes, named the first overall pick in the 1987 NFL Draft by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, maybe never quite panned out as people expected him to, but he sure had a lengthy career. Played 21 seasons in the NFL, ended up throwing for 46,233 yards and 275 touchdowns. His best season really came in 1998 with the Jets, where he threw 29 touchdowns to just 7 interceptions. Bo Jackson, 1985 with the Auburn Tigers, won the Heisman. Now, in 1986, he was selected first overall by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He never played for them. He refused to. Basically, they told him that a visit he had with the Tampa Bay was NCAA approved. It turned out it wasn't, and he had to sit out a college baseball season, so he refused to play with them. Ended up getting drafted by the Raiders in the seventh round the following year. Of course, Bo Jackson, one of the most dynamic athletes of all time, multi sport guy. Unfortunately, injuries derailed his career, but was averaging 5.4 yards per carry in the NFL during his career. George Rogers um, won the Heisman in 1980 with the South Carolina Gamecocks. Was the first overall pick in the 1981 NFL draft by the New Orleans Saints. He played 7 seasons in the NFL, rushing for 7,176 yards. 4 seasons where he led the league. 4 seasons where he had over 1,000 yards rushing. 1981 led the league in rushing yards. 1986 led the league in rushing touchdowns. Earl Campbell, 1977 Heisman Trophy winner with the Texas Longhorns. Selected first overall in 1978 by the Houston Oilers. Campbell started off his career just about as good as anyone can, as he led the league in rushing each of his first 3 seasons, combining for 5,081 rushing yards and 45 rushing touchdowns during that start with the Houston Oilers. All in all, 9,407 rushing yards and 74 rushing touchdowns over 8 seasons, inducted to the Hall of Fame in 1991. And we're going to end with Jim Plunkett. Won the Heisman with the Stanford Cardinal in 1970, first overall pick by the New England Patriots in 1971. Now, he is the only quarterback who has won 2 Super Bowls as a starter who is not in the Hall of Fame that is eligible. Eli Manning will be eligible this upcoming year, but for his career, a 500 record, 164 touchdowns, 198 interceptions. But again, won 2 Super Bowls, both of them coming with the Raiders. So those are the 10 most recent Heisman Trophy winners that also went first overall in the NFL draft the following year. Will Travis Hunter be the next guy to do so? Again, fully contingent on whether that team needs a quarterback. If they decide not to go sign a quarterback in free agency, Sam Darnold is going to be available. Do you pony up for him, or do you get a guy like Cam Ward or Shador Sanders with that first pick? But if someone other than the Raiders or Giants gets the first pick, there definitely is a strong possibility that Travis Hunter could go first overall. Anyhow, don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend to subscribe. Like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out.